For this problem, we're going to continue on with some more exponent properties. Negative exponents cannot be in your final answer. If we have a negative exponent, we have to change it to have a positive exponent. In order to change that, say I have 2 to the negative third power. I'm going to turn this into a fraction, so I put it over 1. And now the term that has the negative exponent gets moved to either the numerator or the denominator to change my exponent to be a positive. So this 2 to the negative third power now goes to the denominator and it becomes a positive exponent. And we fill in our numerator with a 1. If it was reversed, 1 over 2 to the negative third power, same thing, except since my negative exponent term is in the denominator, now I'm going to move it to the numerator. So that would just change to 2 to the third power. And a 0 exponent, any number raised to the 0 power will always be equal to 1. Expand this expression, 7 to the third over 7 to the 8th. So I'm going to first expand it, which means I have 7 times 7 times 7 over 8 sevens. Now I can cancel out 3 from the numerator and 3 from the denominator, and I'm left with 5 in the numerator, in the denominator, and nothing in the numerator, so I'm just going to put a 1. So my final answer would be 1 over 7 to the 5th. Now if I solve this using my exponent properties, since they're being divided, I'm going to subtract my exponents. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. And since I can't have a negative exponent, I can put it over 1 and bring it to the denominator as 7 to the 5th, and then have 1 in the numerator, which is what I got the first time doing it. Write an equivalent expression for 1 over 2 to the negative third power. Again, we cannot have a negative exponent, so since my term with the negative exponent is in the denominator, I'm just going to move it to the numerator. So I would have 2 to the third power as my term with a positive exponent. Simplify the expression, 4 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so 4 to the 0 power is just 1. 2x to the 0 power. Now since it's 2x in parentheses, that whole term being raised to the 0 power, that is still just equal to 1. Now I have 2 times x to the 0 power. In this case, the x is the only part of the term that's being raised to the 0 power. So I have 2 times x to the 0 power, which is 1, which gives me 2. So this simplified expression would be equal to 2. And write an equivalent expression for 3 squared times 3 to the negative third power. Same basis, so I'm going to keep the base. Since I'm multiplying, I'm going to add the exponents, so that gives me the negative first power. Now I cannot have a negative exponent, so I'm going to put this over 1. And I'm going to move my term with the negative exponent to the denominator. So that 3 to the first power gets moved to the denominator, and I fill in a 1 in my numerator. I can leave my answer like that, or you don't have to write to the first power, so I can just get 1 over 3.